First, let's go ahead and jump over to our next segment, find out who got pwned this week.
Looks like you're about to get pwned.
Fatality.
Yeah!
It's funny because we had our pick of the litter when we were looking at who got pwned this week, because there are several people, and I think we'll get to a few more of those when we talk about the news in a little bit, but this was the one that kind of stuck out to us as interesting. This article is over at zdnet.com. Nintendo accounts are getting hacked and used to buy Fortnite currency. Nintendo has recommended that users enable two-factor authentication on their accounts. So this is telling me, Don, that Nintendo itself didn't get hacked and their database released, but people are getting basically phished and their accounts compromised?
Well, the reports have started changing a little bit. So the first news to break was that multiple people were seeing charges show up on their credit card, usually in $100 amounts. Some people were getting 2 or 3 of these charges, so you'd see $300 come out. And whoever was compromising the accounts was purchasing Fortnite V-Bucks. Now, I'm not exactly sure of the value of a Fortnite V-Buck, but then they're turning around and they're selling them through online marketplaces to actually turn them back into real cash, which I am familiar with. Now, the initial appearance of this looked like it was credential stuffing, right? That we have compromised credentials that are available in massive databases online, and people are just replaying them and finding people that have reused a password on Nintendo. Nintendo is not known for having a robust, reliable, secure network. It's all really kind of cobbled together. And so they actually have 2 different sets of IDs that people use, and it was the older IDs that were targeted, which makes it really more likely for people to be using old passwords that haven't changed. But a few people have come out in the last day or two saying that they were using unique passwords that were generated by a password manager just on Nintendo's site. And that is a little more incriminating right there. Now it's not credential stuffing. Now it means that there may actually be a compromise of some sort.
And I've never thought that I would see Fortnite as the money laundering scheme of choice, because I've seen Ozark, and they're using casinos and dry cleaners and strip clubs, but never Fortnite. But that's kind of smart, actually.
Well, I know for a while there is a video game called CSGO. It's Counter-Strike Go, and I can't remember what Go stands for. But anyhow, it has this like loot box system where you get keys and you can unlock a loot box. And Steam had to disable that system earlier this year because they said that over 90% of the transactions of these keys were fraudulent activity. So like these online digital assets are actually being converted. They're being used for like money laundering and things where people are able to convert them into real cash. So it's a real problem, even though it's something stupid and fake, like a skin for your video machine gun. The criminals are able to make money off it.
It looks like Fortnite V-Bucks is like $1,000 for $10 or something like that. So I don't know, what is that? It's $100 or 100 to 1 exchange.
Okay. And they were selling them, I know on one site it was something like 40,000 V-Bucks for $40. So that means, you're getting a 90% discount if you buy from the hackers.
But if you do that, you're part of the problem.
But you get V-Bucks.
But man, I need that Fortnite. Also, I got to win.
You could be supporting terrorism.
There's precedence for this. Like, it's not a new thing that attacks are looking for ways to find money in creative ways. Like, there's a whole problem going on for now, an analogy, the travel industry. It turns out that all the points you get in hotels and flights and all that stuff are also valuable in the same way that Fortnite bucks are, or any other game, that they're just looking for ways to convert it and then resell items on and it's not just converting directly to cash. They also resell on black markets. Like, it's a big industry. There's people who want certain items, and if you're able to take these Fortnite bucks and buy something, then sell it to somebody else, it's a return on investment, same as any travel miles or anything else of perceived value.
Yeah, well, I guess that's why a lot of times you'll see them trying to get you to buy Apple gift cards or Google Play credits or things like that, because it's once you kind of pass it through something like that, it's harder to track it back then.
Yeah, I get that email all the time, by the way, from our CEO's Hitesh, and I always get this email from Hitesh saying, I need you to go to the store and buy $100 gift cards, scratch them off, take a picture of the back and send it to me.
Yeah, and well, when your performance review comes around and he brings up, hey, why have you never brought me these gift cards? You find out that it was actually true.
I think we've talked about it on the podcast before, but the last time I got one of those, I actually responded back and I said, we just bought 10. Should I just buy 100 this time? And, that way we don't have to keep going back. And the guy was very energetic about, yes, buy 100.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you priority access today. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But basically, if you have a Nintendo set up, it sounds like enabling multi-factor, two-factor authentication is the way to go. But it sounds like we're also not at the end of this, because if it is in fact that Nintendo was hacked and not just people's accounts, there could be more coming out of this. So keep an eye on those credit card charges. And
if you enjoyed that segment, be sure to check out our entire podcast available in the playlist right here. And you can always subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech news and other happenings in the IT world. Be sure to tune in every Thursday for new episodes. I hope to see you there.